Coming up, recent assaults on the Cal Poly campus and at UCSB have students concerned. But is there a problem here? And do students even know the legal definition of a sexual assault? We began a two-part series on campus sexual assaults.
Where you live could affect just how much rain you'll see from the upcoming storm. We'll check in with a meteorologist for an explanation.
And find out what new players are getting conference recognition for taking the Mustangs to new heights.
Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, you're watching Mustang News.
Thank you for joining us this Thursday, February 27th. I'm Lindsey Lewis.
And I'm Elissague. University police sent out a crime alert to students last night about an alleged assault that happened on campus. They say it happened about 8:30 p.m. on Monday night in the Grand Avenue parking structure. According to an update by the UPD website, the attacker approached the victim from behind and pulled the victim to the ground. The victim was able to punch the suspect and escape, and the victim did not sustain any injuries. The suspect is described as a 6-foot-tall, 190-pound white male with short, curly brown hair. The police report says he was wearing a maroon hoodie sweatshirt at the time of the attack.
Santa Barbara police are looking for suspect who allegedly beat and raped a 19-year-old UC Santa Barbara student this past weekend. According to the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office, the incident took place between 11 p.m. Saturday and 4 a.m. Sunday. The suspects are described as Asian men. The woman was able to return to her home in Isla Vista after the attack and was taken to a nearby hospital to treat injuries. Right now, law enforcement is searching the Isla Vista and UC Santa Barbara campus to try and pinpoint where the attack occurred. If you have any information, you are urged to call 911.
During Cal Poly's Week of Welcome, the university spends time educating new freshmen on sexual assault and the resources and counseling services available for students. But many still don't know what the phrase sexual assault actually means. Brianna Whitney has looked into the definition, and she joins us live from the newsroom now. Brianna?
This week about parity of students what that means. It happens often then
I think students think of sexual assault and they think of rape.
But it's so much more. The FBI definition of sexual assault is, quote, the penetration, no matter how slight, of the vagina or anus with any body part or object, or oral penetration by a sex organ of another person without the consent of the victim, end quote.
The different spectrum of violence that can happen in a sexual, intimate type of scenario doesn't always mean that there's penetration, but that still means that there's violence.
And Cal Poly students say that definition gets complicated when alcohol is involved.
I think a lot of people think that if you're intoxicated, then it doesn't matter.
Some people think that if a girl's too drunk, it doesn't matter anymore. But I still think it's sexual assault.
And it is. According to California Penal Code Section 261, one cannot legally give consent while intoxicated.
That's a gray area because there's no breathalyzer to measure incapacitation, so people's bodies react differently to alcohol.
But students say that gray area makes it hard for students to decipher what really is sexual assault and if it's happened to them.
There's a lot of slut shaming too, and that some girls are afraid to come forward and talk about it.
And the numbers don't lie.
We get about 5% of people that report that they have been sexually assaulted, and there's a lot more people that have been that aren't coming forward. The majority of people are not coming forward.
Safer encourages anybody to reach out if they or someone they know needs help. Their office is located in the University Union, room 217.
The California State Association has reached a unanimous decision on a resolution about semesters versus quarters as of this weekend. The resolution stated that each CSU campus is diverse, so universities should be able to decide which system is the best fit for them. The CSSA plans to present the resolution to Chancellor White sometime this month. While White hasn't given an official mandate offering all CSUs to switch to semesters, Cal Poly ASI President Jason Colombini hopes that the resolution will send a strong message.
The strongest message possible that we are all agree this is what needs to happen. These schools need to have students around the table, and you need to listen to the students and faculty on this campus.
Colombini plans to meet with White and the administration if White still orders all CSUs to switch to semesters to try to get justification from moving away from the quarter system. He also would look into presenting a resolution to the Board of Trustees.
Undergraduate students will be required to complete an extra step the next time they register for classes, and those who don't will risk a later registration time. The new course demand tool, Poly Planner, will require students to fill out which classes they plan to take the following quarter. The Office of the Registrar has been hosting live demos to teach students how to use the planner.
I think the freshmen yet are a little confused about what it can do for them, and so I think there will continue to be outreaches to students, both in the forms of trainings and just making ourselves available to students when they have questions about it.
While the last scheduled training sessions were earlier this week, the Office of the Registrar is planning to offer more opportunities for students to learn about Poly Planner. Students can also stop by the Mustang Success Center to ask questions at any time.
3 people have announced their candidacy for ASI President before the Friday deadline. The 3 candidates are Civil Engineering Junior Connor Paquin, Political Science Senior Joy Sullivan, and Ag Business Junior Jacob Rogers. Check back with Mustang News for more information on the candidates as it becomes available.
An on-campus resource that could help you with issues regarding university housing policy is more accessible than you may think. The Residential Outreach and Leadership Office, or Rollo, is a service that is available to on-campus residents. Members of the Inter-Counseling Housing Council and the National Residence Hall Honorary run the office. Students can come to speak to representatives about the needs and issues that are affecting them most. Rollo has recently been working on addressing students' concerns with the lighting on the path to Poly Canyon Village.
We're just looking to figure out how can we help our residents in a way that benefits everyone.
The Rollo office is located in the community center at Sarah Vista Apartments. For more information on Rollo, visit mustangnews.net. 2 filmmakers have an important message for Cal Poly students. We'll tell you what that is after the break.
And find out what Cal Poly athletes have to say about a controversial racial topic.
Word, I just feel like it is code for it. The way media chooses to use it towards black male athletes.
Day out here, sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it, let's go. And we're out.
You got plans?
You bet. 50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it. Excuse me, what's going on? Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates?
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed.
Imagine quitting your job and embarking on a cross-country road trip. For some, this is a mere dream, but Chip Hayden and Alex Irvin made it a reality. The 2 are creators of the Dream Share Project, a film they screened on campus this week. The film follows them on their 3-month-long road trip where they interviewed people to find out how they discovered their passions and are following their dreams.
A lot of times I think we want to have a set path in mind. We want to know every step along the way. But so many people we talked to had so many twists and turns in their career. And that's normal and it's expected. And it's by taking those unexpected opportunities or saying yes to things and you're not sure how they're going to work out that everyone kind of ended up exactly where they wanted to be.
The film was followed by an interactive workshop where Irvin and Hayden asked students to write down their interests and to make plans to follow their dreams. They encourage everyone to find a way to turn their passion into their profession.
Yesterday, Cal Poly hosted an event asking if thug is the new N-word. Reporter Christina Favuzzi attended the event and has the details.
I don't think thug is the new N-word. I just feel like it is code for it, the way media chooses to use it towards black male athletes.
Cal Poly senior and NFL player Deonte Williams spoke at a multicultural center event today focused on the use of the word thug in response to Richard Sherman's post-Super Bowl rant.
I heard about Richard Sherman's situation and more his background. I was like, man, it was very similar to my upcoming.
Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman is a Stanford grad with a successful career, but that now infamous post-game interview has taken a toll on his public perception. As a black male athlete, Williams says he's made it his duty to change people's perceptions at Cal Poly. When he came to SLO, he had a gold grill and dreadlocks.
Walking around campus here at Cal Poly, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was a UFO.
Less than 1% of the student population is black. Cal Poly is currently conducting surveys to improve campus diversity.
Cal Poly always says learn by doing, and we want to get you ready for the world. Well, how are you supposed to get ready for the world when you only interact with people who look like you and talk like you?
Today's event is just the beginning of a bigger discussion.
To see people get together and try to understand what's going on is really powerful, and I think it needs to happen a lot more.
Christina Favuzzi, Mustang News.
Just to clarify, Richard Sherman's rant was after the NFC Championship game and not the Super Bowl.
Cal Poly is introducing a new certificate program through extended education. Elissague took a look into the program and what requirements are needed to apply.
Extended Education recently introduced its aerospace engineering program. It's a certificate program, which means that there is no degree. Instead, students receive Cal Poly credit and a Cal Poly transcript for their work. The new program is 16 units and offers the same courses a regular matriculated student would take. The requirements for people to apply to the new aerospace extended education program is 3 to 5 years working experience prior to getting accepted into the program.
We developed the certificate with the idea of the working engineer that is working in the aerospace industry, particularly on the spacecraft side of the industry, who is not themselves an aerospace engineer, but wants to know more about some of the technologies and specifics.
The program is now accepting applications, and the final deadline for all applications to be submitted is April 1st. The program needs 20 to 22 students minimum because it is self-sufficient and operates on money from students' enrollment in the program.
For us, it's a way to try to grow the department without all the state resources to do that.
For those who work but are interested in the program, a hybrid component is available to make it more accessible. Alexis Chakouti, Mustang News.
The program allows people in and out of the industry to learn more about aerospace without having to complete a 45-unit master's program.
A campus climate survey was sent out yesterday to make some changes on campus. The WASC Accreditation Board recommended that Cal Poly should get more information about what's really happening on campus. The survey will be a broad range of questions about demographics, spirituality, and sexuality, and how physically accessible resources are on campus. The goal is to get data that backs up concerns that the administration has heard in the past.
And we want the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want those folks that are saying, yes, Cal Poly is the best place ever. We want to hear those stories because we want to know what is it that you enjoy so much and how can we make sure that everyone has that same experience.
After the data is collected, the university will focus on the solutions to the top 2 or 3 problems, which might include diversity learning objectives and educating everyone on campus. We'll be back with the weather after this break. And sports.
Have you already enrolled? You're doing fine. What did that just do? Select the drop-down menu again. Wait. Site, you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payment. Submit. There it is. Oh my God! I really can't believe it. That's awesome. Good for you.
being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
And we're back. Lindsay, did you hear the rain last
It
night?
was insane. There's
Yeah.
a huge storm.
Yeah, so David Aguilar joins us in the studio to tell us what's going on with that weather.
Thanks, Lindsay and Eden. Well, we did have a 4.1 magnitude earthquake hit about 22 miles northwest of San Simeon just before 11 o'clock this morning. There's no reports of injuries or damage. We do have a look at the Cal Poly campus right here, right outside our studio here, building 26. Look at the water tower today, partly, cloudy skies, some sunshine, but we'll take a look at that here shortly. So with the Central Coast finally getting rain we have desperately needed, some cities did not get the rain they were hoping for. Reporter Kyle Shields tells us how our location on the Central Coast has an effect. Oh, well, looks like we're having some technical difficulties with that. So, well, let's go ahead and take a look at our rain totals for the last 24 hours. Cal Poly, just over an inch of rain. Paso and Cambria below an inch. Pismo Beach, a little over a quarter of an inch of rain. Let's take a look at your weather headlines. The calm before the storm, we are expecting some rain starting tonight. Heavy rainfall is expected, about 1.5 to 3 inches of rain in the lower elevations and about 5 inches in the southwesterly facing mountains. We do have a high surf advisory in effect until about 5 p.m. on Sunday. Today we have the surface expected to hit about 10 to 12 feet with a max set at 13 feet. Surf will rebuild Friday afternoon and peak on Saturday at 10 to 15 feet with max sets at 18 feet. Also, wind advisory starting tonight at 10 p.m. through 7 p.m. on Saturday. We have southerly winds are expected to be between anywhere 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts reaching 40 miles per hour. So if you are hitting the roadway, do be careful for those crosswinds in those certain areas, higher elevations. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather map. 61 and up in Paso, 58 in Atascadero and Los Osos. Here in San Luis Obispo, we have 63 degrees. Avila Beach at 57, 63 in Oro Grande, Napomo 65, also 65 down in Santa Maria. Let's look at your 5-day forecast for today. Expected high 59, overnight low temperature also 59. Friday, we're expecting those showers, that rain, heavy rain, 62 the high temperature for tomorrow, 54 overnight. Saturday, also expect to see some rain and showers throughout the day, high at 60 and low at 54. Sunday, partly sunny skies, maybe a few lingering showers, high of 66 with a low at 54. And Monday should be clearing up and temperature should be warming up. 67 the high and 53 the low. Well, that's all we have for your weather for the week ahead. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, David. And we have Denzel here to tell us about what's going on in sports. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. We've got a lot of important things going on in sports. Women's and men's basketball are starting to move into playoffs. A couple games left. But we'll get you started with some baseball and softball. Cal Poly baseball and softball have already pulled off big upsets this year. Baseball shut out UCLA and softball took down Oregon. Lisa Diaz went out to the diamond to find out what new additions are making the difference.
Shutting out the defending national champions and tossing the first no-hitter in 5 years against a major NCAA opponent, all while still adjusting to college classes, sleeping in dorm bunk beds, and fueling up with dining hall food. 2 Cal Poly freshmen are honored as Big West Pitchers of the Week after dominating on the mound and in the circle. On the baseball diamond, Slaterly pitched a complete game and blanked UCLA 8-0.
They're a good hitting team. We saw what they could do on Friday night. They're a good team. Obviously, they won the national championship last season. So the biggest thing was just focusing on sticking to a game plan and executing it.
Sierra Highland was so focused in the game against University of Maryland that she did not even realize that she was pitching Cal Poly softball's first no-hitter in 5 years.
I really didn't know till after the game when the coaches told me.
Both Lee and Highland say that there is a big jump from high school ball to college.
Just a lot of it was the mental side. You know, it was learning how to pitch instead of just throw and learning the situations and how to attack certain hitters and go towards their weaknesses instead of just doing the same sequences all the time.
They train, they know a lot more about certain pitchers, or even like the hitters know what they're going for, they have a plan.
Lee and Highland have had smooth transitions to the higher level of play because of how comfortable they feel in the green and gold.
The best part about Cal Poly baseball is definitely just getting to come out here every day and experience it, because this field and the atmosphere here is just second to none, and you know, it's just been so much fun and continue to be.
Lisa Diaz, Mustang News.
Baseball is on the road at USC this weekend, and softball has the weekend off. Cal Poly alumnus Sharon Day Moore set an American record at the USA Indoor Track and Field Championships in New Mexico. Day Monroe scored 4,805 points to break Dee Dee Nathan's 4,753-point record set in 1999, clinching her third straight pentathlon title. The score is the highest in the world so far this year, and Day Monroe 12th on the all-time world list. Day Monroe's win qualifies her for the IAAF World Indoor Championships in Sopot, Poland next weekend. Day Monroe said in a statement that it was her third race of the year and she's feeling good about the championships in Poland. Cal Poly's women's basketball enters their final homestand of their 2013 campaign, and they will do so against conference opponent UC Davis tonight in Mott Athletic Center. Every minute will count tonight as the Mustangs are tied atop the Big West Conference with the Cal State Northridge Matadors. Davis is coming off a big win against conference opponent Hawaii, and Sydney Phipps and Allison Doherty lead the Aggies in points per game with 18 and just over 12.5 points respectively. Saturday, Cal Poly will play its last home game of the season, but not before they honor the team's 4 graduating seniors, Jonay Irving, Ariana Eligado, Amaka Afodu, and Molly Schlemer. The game tonight starts at 7 p.m. Tip-off for Saturday's game is set for 2 p.m. Cal Poly's men's basketball team has just 3 more games left in their regular season, and all of which are conference games. Tonight, Cal Poly will take on the Aggies as well, except on Davis's Pavilion hardwood floor. UC Davis won the opening meeting between the two sides, 67-65, on January 30th. Cal Poly will need to win each of its last 3 games in order to move up the Big West Conference standings. The Mustangs will play the top 2 teams, UC Irvine and UCSB, in their final 2 games of the regular season. The game against Irvine will be televised live on ESPNU at 8 p.m. on Saturday. And that's going to do it for us here at Sports. A lot of seasons coming to an end. I hope that the men's basketball team can pull together a couple new wins and get to the conference play.
Pulling for them. Oh, yeah, we are. So coming up, put down the Keystone and try craft beer. We will tell you where after the break.
few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.com to learn.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So we have some rain this weekend.
But it doesn't stop you from doing things inside.
And so we have Leah in the studio to tell us what's happening in Pollywood this weekend.
Thanks so much, Eden. Well, if you're a beer enthusiast, this Saturday is Slow Craft Beer Festival. The 21 and over event will be at Slow Veterans Hall with live music, food, and over 50 breweries to taste from. If you're attending, you'll likely run into our beer columnists, Nick Larson and Jake DiVincenzi. They will be pouring beer samples and interviewing breweries for their upcoming column.
So we're also going to do like a blind taste test there, so that way we won't know what we're drinking and we're going to try to guess and see. And so it'll either prove how smart we are and how great we are at all this, or
realistically it's going to show us that we can't tell the difference between Coors and an IPA.
We'll have more with Nick and Jake at Beer Fest next week. 48 comics from around the country are coming to town this weekend. They're here for the 4th annual Slow Comedy Festival, which starts tonight and goes till this Sunday evening. According to the event's website, the comedians were carefully selected for their varying comedic styles, so there will definitely be something for everyone. The first show is tonight at Tap It Brewery at 7:15 p.m., and shows will be at various locations around the downtown area throughout the weekend. Tickets run from $10 to $15 per show and can be purchased through the event's website. The festival closes Sunday at Fremont Theater with a Best of the Fest show where the top 6 audience-voted comics will perform. The 86th Annual Academy Awards are this Sunday, March 2nd. ASI is hosting an Oscar party in Chumash Auditorium. The event begins at 4 p.m. and runs to 10 p.m. Students can submit their Oscar picks with the top 5 of the most correct picks, and they win a prize. Well, thanks so much. Back to you at the desk.
Awesome. Are you going to watch the Oscars this Sunday?
Oh, yeah, I am.
What are you going to pick for Best Picture?
I want American Hustle.
Great. That's
Gotta love
great.
Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley
Good
Cooper.
movie.
Yeah, so thanks for coming. Thanks for watching us today. Broadcast.
Thanks for having us. And for continuous broadcast coverage, visit mustangnews.net. From all of us here in the Studio 300, have a great day.